Well, here's home. Welcome to our home. Thank you so much for coming. We've created this video as a means of gratitude to all of you that have allowed us all of these years to come into your homes. You not only allowed us to come into your homes, but you allowed us to help you pick and choose one of the biggest investments of your life. This is our way of giving back and saying thank you so much. We entitled it Realtors Unveiled. I think that says it all. So come with me, let's take a tour. Here's our great room. This is sort of the heart of the house. It's right in the middle of the house. Our house is really very simple. We really wanted to get away from that two-story and go to just a single level home with large rooms that we would actually use and live in. And this is sort of the center of the house. It's the great room. I'm going to stop right here and show you this little piece of furniture. Many of you might know that my background is furniture, and I still have a love and appreciation for furniture. This piece here is just an old, kind of a funky buffet that has traveled with me through many years. It was a gift from my brother, who is actually a furniture refinisher, or he used to be, and then a kitchen cabinet guy. But that's a piece that's really dear to me. It's not in the best of shape, but it's been to a lot of houses, and so I like that piece. But this is the great room. It was kind of a challenge to decorate this room because of it's got 12-foot ceilings, and as you can see, all windows to the back. That's really the only source of light in here, but it's a wall of windows, and it's also southern exposure, so it's a challenge in the summer. The few days of sun that we get, it gets kind of hot. But I want to show you something that I did that was an inexpensive way to kind of give some softness to that wall. If you look at the top, you'll see two panels, and then draped next to those panels are two drapery, or they look like drapes, but they're really not. I got this fabric for, I think it was $1 a yard at Walmart. I'm gonna go a little closer so you can get a better view, because I needed a lot of fabric and I didn't have a lot of money. It's really nice heavy fabric. It was $1 a yard, so I draped it on just some little half rods, and I made some panels next to them to mimic the windows, because it needed to, this wall just needed some softness. So for a few bucks, that was my solution. Another thing I did in this room, I don't like the vertical blinds. I know a lot of you don't. So my solution to dressing this window, or actually the slider, was to order sort of a Roman shade. So I'm going to show you how that worked. It might give you some ideas. If you want softness and you don't want the verticals and you have a slider, this is what I did. As you can see, it just gives you the privacy when you need it, and then you can just roll it up when you want the light. And the light is really important to me, because one of the reasons we chose this house is, as you can see out back, there's a green belt, and the green belt is actually owned by the homeowners on this block. So that's kind of cool. No one will ever build back there. In the future, we're going to go back there and show you the trails that we take our dog out on. But this is a view from the great room from this angle. And that's another fun wall there. We did get that got wallpapered. the mirror that you see on top of the fireplace is actually a mirror from my daughter's dresser. I thought it was perfect. I'm gonna go closer because, you know, when you if you was to buy a mirror this big, just as a mirror, it would be really expensive. But this is a mirror she wasn't using really, so we decided to put it in the great room. It's been a challenge in this room because you've had to really the volume of the space, you know, you have to really pick pieces that mimic the size of the room, or else they would just be off balance. So as you can see, we've got a great big entertainment center, which is not something that people usually have anymore because everybody has the flat screen TVs. But we needed a big unit to cover the space so that the room wouldn't, the scale of the room would be right. The other thing that I did to help this room to break it up was, as you can see, right in the center is this table. We used to have a much smaller sofa table there, and I recently went to this one, and I'm so glad I did, because even though it's, as you can see, it's a pretty wide table. It's not as shallow as most sofa tables, but because it's in the center of the room, right behind the love seat, it helps to anchor the space and divide it into two sections. Like, this is your front section, and then if I turn back this way, the table sort of gives us a natural break point going the other direction. So that was another little trick. Don't be afraid to put furniture in the center of a room. It doesn't have to always be on walls. During Christmas time, we use this space for our Christmas tree. We move our table to this wall, and these are our pictures of Carl is a real animal lover, so I got these dog pictures for him some time ago. But we moved the table right there. It's got a space already, and then we put our Christmas tree right here. So that's kind of fun. I used to always think you had to put Christmas trees in the corner somewhere, but you don't. So remember that.